Started side hustling almost exactly a year ago. It was mid-September 2023. I have my tracking sheet from last year pulled up. I thought it would be fun to go over all the side hustles that I was doing the very first month I started and how much I was able to make. And also if I'm still using these side hustles or not. So let's dive in. The first line item is surveys on the go. I made $41.69. I used to love Surveys on the Go. That was the first app I ever used, and I used it consistently for probably 4 to 5 months. The app is a surveys and missions app, so I love the missions where you can accept a job to go out to like a Starbucks or a convenience store. It was an easy way to make $10, $12, $20. Now, you haven't heard me mention Surveys on the Go lately because I've stopped using that app. I felt like it started to become a waste of time because you could accept a mission and then by the time you drove to the place where you're supposed to do the mission, all the spots could be filled. That happened to me a couple times. One time I was doing a mission and halfway through the app crashed, and when I emailed customer support, they said, "Too bad, so sad." So I was tired of wasting my time. I didn't want to give them any more chances. But like I said, it was one of my favorites. On Swagbucks, I made $12. That was from doing one of their sign-up bonuses. I think that I had signed up for Upside, the cashback app, and was able to get a $12 bonus through Swagbucks doing that. Number 3 is Cloud Research Connect. That's one that I still use regularly. I made $1.90. They don't have a ton of surveys, but the surveys that they do have generally pay better than survey apps. And speaking of survey apps, the next one is Prime Opinion. This is one that I use quite often, but it is one of the lower level paying apps. Sometimes you get disqualified and you only get a cent or two for time spent. Sometimes you get into survey loops where it says the survey is going to be 2 minutes, but then it keeps giving you another and another survey before it actually pays out. So you end up spending more like 10 minutes on that one survey. I don't use this one very much, but occasionally if I just need something to guarantee there are going to be surveys available, like on weekends, then I'll play around with it a little bit. I also like that they have a leaderboard competition, so if you are active one week and you get to one of the top spots in the leaderboard, you could make extra money, which makes your time a little bit more worth it. The last side hustle app that I had was Dscout. I made $28. Dscout is still one of my all-time favorites. I love their express missions. I just haven't been able to qualify for anything in quite a while. I think I only did one this month so far and it's already almost halfway over. So there's definitely a lot more people on the app than there was when I first started, but I still love it. Also on my list, I resold an item for $30. Obviously, I still do that from time to time. And then the very last thing is that I took part in like one of those online settlements where if you get an email about a company that was part of a class action suit and then you add your name, you can get a